Hey, RT Beach. 27 days, nigga. 27 nights. Mac 11 Ks, nigga. 40 got a knife. Got this
I know you guys are coming over.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to your Rocky Mountain Hornets podcast, and today we're here with
Waka Flocka, yo, yo, yo.
Waka
What it
Flocka
do?
in the building. All right, so our first topic for today is Miles Bridges getting released. What a relief for the Hornets.
After 3 months of fighting in court, the court case has been resolved. 4 years of probation, 0 days in jail. Fuck yeah.
0 days. Someone wrote a lyric, 28 days, 28 nights. It ain't gonna happen, baby. He's gonna be playing back in the Hornets in no time, hopefully.
Miles Bridges is a restricted free agent right now, meaning Hornets have an option to resign him, and if they don't, then any other team can resign him.
Yeah. Scary thing, the Poverty Knicks might be looking into him just because, they could sign him for a low contract. So the Poverty Knicks might be going into him. What do you think about that?
I'm not a fan of the nigga. No, Knickerbockers.
The Knickerbockers?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the Knickerbockers. I was watching the Hornets game like a week ago, and I was watching their fans. They're rowdy fans. I don't know what they're doing. They hate the refs.
We love the fan support this year. Let's go, Hornets Nation.
I mean, Trae Young took them down. Trae Young owns them, but we also don't like Trae Young, so
Hey, we're doing a podcast. All right, so LaMelo Ball obviously been injured. Same with Terry Rozier. The Hornets still 3-4. Yeah, how is the future looking when LaMelo and Terry gets back?
Hornets are actually 3-5, sir.
Oh, my bad. I forgot about the game against the Sacramento. But yeah, what do you think? Like, we're definitely playoff bound, right?
Hornets need someone to distribute the ball right now, and they do not have them. That's why they need LaMelo back. We cannot feed the paint with no LaMelo. It is not looking good.
Yeah.
And he's still out for this game tonight versus Chicago.
Yeah, definitely a bad thing because LaMelo is one of our main scorers. Same with Terry Rozier, and having him out is not good. But PJ Washington, Dennis Smith, and Gordon Hayward until last game, they were stepping it up and getting those points on the boards for us and carrying us to 3 wins.
They have been stepping up, except we need Gordon Hayward, who's on that $40 million a year contract, to step it up because he hasn't been showing up.
For a $40 million contract, he probably should be doing more. But he is putting up mid numbers, which is what we need.
His role right now is to drop at least 16 points a game, and he's not even doing that because we just need a consistent player that we can fall back on.
All right, so I'm going to pull up my notes here. We have topic on Nick Richards. Who should be starting? Nick Richards or Mason Plumlee?
Nick Richards has the highest offensive rating in the NBA right now. I think we need that right now because our defense has been showing out recently. So we just need that offensive effort just to close out some games because we haven't been doing that.
The offensive presence, right. 21 points, no misses for the Nick Richards. So, honestly, I think Nick Richards should be starting by the end of the season.
Though I do have to say Nick Richards hasn't been that consistent. He's a pretty an on and off player, and each night you don't know what you're going to get out of him.
It's better than an off and off player like Mason Plumlee.
Mason Plumlee, honestly, in my opinion, is a lot better than Nick Richards.
Really?
He has more experience, and plus in the interior, he can get blocks when we need him to.
But with the late game against the Warriors, close game in the late times, we had to take Mason Plumlee out because he's bad at free throws. What do you think Miles' impact is going to be when he can't play in the late times that we need him to play in?
Miles?
Mason.
Okay, well, problem with Mason Plumlee is that his confidence is too high right now.
Really?
He thinks he's a ball handler, a shooter. He thinks he can do whatever, but in reality, he's just an everyday white man who's 7 foot who got lucky.
You know, personally, I do like that he's been trying to create himself as a point center, but sometimes he does get a little bit out of his range. And for our last topic of today's podcast, what do you think Jalen McDaniels and JT Thor and Bryce McGowan's, like, how do you think they're going to play in later in the season?
Well, let's be honest. Once LaMelo gets back, once Terry gets back, and once Cody gets back, they will not be seeing the court at all.
Oh, that's true. I didn't really think about that.
We need them back in the G League developing. We don't need to waste their time here in the NBA. They're not in the right place right now, in my opinion. What do you think, George?
You know, I think that's a valid take. I didn't really think about when LaMelo, Terry, and Cody Martin get back. But, yeah, I think you've taken the words out of my mouth when I didn't know what was coming out.
Yep. But I do think that McDaniels could play a huge impact offensively at a power forward. Because right now, behind P.J. Washington, who is it? I can't even name him, but...
Yeah, Jalen McDaniels definitely has good length and size.
And the athleticism that we need on team.
And athleticism. Coming into a great shooter as well.
Mm-hmm. A great 3D player this year in the NBA.
Yeah. All right, so that's going to wrap up today's weekly podcast for your Rocky Mountain Hornets podcast, and we'll see you guys another time.
This is Hornets Nation Podcast, and we are out.